Welcome to Aquos, the water dwelling beasts cooking show. Um, Quick tips on how to cook things if you are an idiot like me. One moment, please. Only one moment. That was a whole moment. Now, this is something I prepared earlier. Here's one I prepared earlier. And by earlier, I mean just a moment ago. In fact, that whole time that I was away in the kitchen, I created this in that one moment. There you go. This is the creme de la creme of crappy pouch type 50p soup. And boy, does it look it. Now, my key tips for you as a soup creating adult or child, I suppose. But if you are creating your own soup when you're a child, please have parental supervision because soup can get hot. And if you get burned, then you will need someone to prise your dead body off the floor. Welcome. Here we are in Aquos, the water-dwelling beast's cavern of knowledge and messy items ish. So this is the soup of glory. It has extra sweet corn in it, because there was no sweet corn in it to begin with. It came in a little pouch, 2 pouches, which would normally be 1 pouch per cup, a little mug thing, and this is all 2 pouches worth. So now I have learned from previous knowledge. I have created knowledge out of experience, which brings me power, which brings me joy. So what we have here is a result of the knowledge that the experience of last night, because it was experience, knowledge, power, joy, the recipe for success in the kitchen. So first we have experience. Yesterday the experience was I had my first one of these soup things in ages, and it's the first one of this specific type of soup thing, because you know these little packets of soup come in all different kinds, don't they? Cup of soup, hot soup, soup in a mug, soup of the soup, cream of soup, soup of veg, Sainsbury's soup, Tesco soup, Asda soup, Morrison's soup, Lidl soup, a soup, soupçon de soup, all different kinds of packaged soup, instant soup, sachet soup, very multifarious are the types of soup that are available. There's a virtual menagerie of soups available to the willing buyer of soup. Sachet soup. So, yesterday I had my first encounter with this particular type of sachet soup, which is a Sainsbury's, it's not Sainsbury's, Asda own brand, terriblest quality, worst quality, own brand soup that they had on offer, which is like 25p for a packet or something, packet of 4, or 50p, I can't remember. There are 4 little sachets in there, and you know, this is what you eat when you can't afford to eat anything else, and eating is to put it strongly. And you know, the nutritional value in this, steady on. So what am I trying to say here? I had a soup yesterday in a cup. It was lame. Now, I should have been able to tell this, but usually you can get by on the salt content alone. Usually there's enough salt in these soups to give you enough taste experience to go on. Now, this one wasn't even particularly salty. So I did stick extra sweet corn in. I actually had 2 of them, and I did them in the same way both times, which is as I would want it, and as I did want it. So that is how it was. So I had 2 soups. I didn't actually eat the second one, and eat is putting it strongly, as I say, because I didn't eat it anyway. I was drinking it, but oh, because it's in a mug. Anyway, let's just take a rest because this is getting hard work, isn't it? 5 minutes in. So I had a soup yesterday. One soup. I did not eat the second soup. In fact, the second soup is still sat in my room, going off in its little mug because I'm ill today and I've barely been able to do anything and I've been in bed most of the day. Hence why I'm eating soup because it's basically all I can fucking handle at the moment, apart from mounds and mounds of cookies, which I've also been eating, which have and have not been contributing to my health. They have been contributing to my health in that they've been keeping my sugar levels nice and high, but they've not been contributing to my health in that they've been making me poo all day. 7 giant cookies is not very good for you, I imagine. I feel like it is good for me, but whatever. Let's carry on. So I had a soup yesterday. Now, what did I learn from the experience to bring me knowledge, which is the second level? So the first level is experience, having the soup, making the soup, drinking the soup. And what did I learn? Needs more salt. Or some kind of additive that already contains salt within it. For example, butter. And what else did I learn? Has no flavour inherent within the soup. So what is this soup today? The knowledge I'm learning is needs more flavour. Bing, bing, bing. Okay. What else did I learn? Probably one. No. I learned that it is gloopy. 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 If not stirred correctly in the initial phases of the stirring, it is a gloopy soup. Because all the powdery stuff gloops together and becomes gloopy. And this was an undesirable effect of my poor knowledge. Experience, knowledge. So, we have all these 5 learnings. How did I improve upon yesterday's experience using the knowledge that I gained from that experience and bearing my power up, using the knowledge to bring me power of action and utilizing my personal knowledge powers to bring a new action, a new creation into the world. So, the actions I took to remedy these 5 pieces of knowledge that were knowledge of badness. The first knowledge, not salty enough. What did I do? Put butter in. And that also will bring, I presume, of my knowledge of butter, is that it has a certain sort of butteriness to it. So that will add into the flavouring of the soup. What else did I learn from yesterday? In the learning of the... which one's which? Oh, shit. Why have my hands suddenly changed sides? No! This one's knowledge. The experience was I learned not butter enough. Oh dear, I'm running out. I'm losing the plot here, people. Let's have another drink of water. So, I learned put butter in. Oh, God. Stir it differently and better. Put pepper in, because that will give it some semblance of flavour. Put cayenne pepper in as well, because I like a bit of spice, and that will give it more flavour. I put the sweet corns in, and I really, really made sure that there was less sweet corn juice. Oh, or did I? No, because I was in doubts about the sweet corn juice. I thought maybe the sweet corn juice will add flavour to it, because this is obviously non-flavourful in itself. So, what else did I do? Stirred it better. I put butter in. I haven't put any salt in because I've put quite a fair amount of butter in, you see. Hopefully not too much. That is, whoa, spicier. That is better, I will have you know, than it was yesterday. Yesterday I didn't taste of anything, it was gloopy. Oops, and I just breathed in a sweet corn. Ooh, fuck. This is why parents advise you not to speak with your mouth full of food. I was about to say with your mouth open. This is why people say, parents generally and guardians say, don't eat with your mouth open. Don't eat with your mouth open, and don't speak with your mouth closed. Oh, God. Don't speak with your mouth full of food. Don't speak while you're eating. Because speaking while eating possibly leads to choking. Knowledge. So the power is to avoid death. Powers to avoid death. So what was the final point of this thing? Knowledge, power, enjoyment, joy. So here today, based on the learning of knowledge, experience, knowledge, the power to create new actions has brought about newfound joys and possible death. But I also have learned to avoid death by the power of the wisdom of the experience of the learning of the knowledge of the parents. Less gloopy. Less gloopy. Still a little bit gloopy. More tasty. More tasty. More tasty. Very more tasty. More nutritionally tasty. I can taste the nutrition. Buttery feeling. Less gloopy. And more joy. So that's the recipe for success. This one's a success, isn't it? Success in cooking. Yeah. Congratulations, you now have a slightly better crappy soup than the original crappy soup. I had another point to make, which is my final point and the original point that I wanted to make in the first place anyway, which is the true secret of success for all culinary activities is to never taste until the dish is finished, because then it's a surprise as to how bad it is when it's finished, right? If you're always going in there tasting like these chefs do, needs more blah blah, needs more needs less this. Can't take things out, but you can water it down sometimes, but it's a bad idea to do that. Needs more money up front, basically, on this term of the soup, but no, this is good. Needs more and then they're like adding stuff in. No, don't taste it. Ruin the surprise. And how are you ever going to learn if you're just trying to get too much information all the time, man? You just no. Do it. Trust yourself. That's how I believe in things anyway. Trust yourself. Get to the end and go, right, well, that was shit. Let's do it differently next time. Because you're never going to know what variable was right and what variable was wrong. Stop tasting your food as you make it. Plus, I don't want to know if you've been tasting my food before I eat your damn food. Stop tasting your food. Make it, and then deal with the consequences of your actions afterwards, and learn from the experience to bring knowledge. Then use the knowledge into power, create it into power, using your power into action, and then that brings about further joy, which leads to the success of cooking. Yeah.